Okay, so this is a video on balancing your hormones for females, and I'm going to do a little smoothie as well to show you how to incorporate some of these ingredients and these good, what do you call them, plant healers to help you balance and get a regular cycle. So first and foremost, what I did to help get things regular and so that I'm not so up and all over the place or really emotional or anything like that, is to avoid meat, dairy and eggs. Dairy particularly because it's got high estrogen in it, and as a woman, that I'm 37 at the moment, so a woman towards 40, so between 35 and 40 we tend to have quite high estrogen, so we don't need to add to that whatsoever. And the other thing that can contribute to that is, for me, some people it won't, but for me, soya also contributes to that, so I don't drink soya milk or eat. I eat a small amount of tofu, but not a lot, and that seems to have worked really well for me now, and I've got a good balance. The other thing that can throw things off is a lot of plastics. So if you're having a lot of plastic containers that you're eating your food out of, plastic is always leaching, especially if it's warmed. Even if it says microwavable or oven proof, it never truly is, and it will leach plastic, which can mimic hormones, and it's just not good for you whatsoever. So what I tend to do, if I've brought something and it looks nice but it's in plastic, I will decant it out of plastic, put it onto ceramic or glass or even metal, like stainless steel, and then cook it or do what I need to do with it that way. So if you can avoid plastic as much as possible, that's good as well. Even these boil in the bag rices and microwave rices, you really got to think about how much plastic you are consuming, really. They say we consume about a credit card amount a week, so yeah, be mindful. So there's a few things that you can incorporate into your diet that will really help regulate and balance your hormones. One of those is maca powder. This is because of it's got a good amount of B vitamins in it, calcium, iron and zinc, and I really go on about iron and zinc because it is so good for hormones, especially women. Iron is a big issue that we do tend to struggle with, so maca powder is great. Ashwagandha is great. I buy this from the local herbalist place, and this is an adaptogen, so it will, if you're feeling too anxious, it will bring you back down again. If you're feeling too depressed, it helps, boost you up a little bit. So I love using ashwagandha. I probably use it daily. Going back to iron, I do use iron. I'll be all right for the first 2 weeks of my cycle. Then the 2 weeks after I ovulate, I start supplementing with iron because that's when I feel like I really need it. Because I do avoid meat, dairy and eggs as much as possible, I do take a B12 as well, and I think that helps. And the other thing that's really important is vitamin D3. Now, there's a lot of speculation on vitamin D3 not actually being a vitamin, more of a hormone. You can look into this a bit more, I won't go into detail with it, but the best way to get vitamin D3 is from the sun, but in the UK we don't get a lot of sunlight, so I try my best, but I also supplement with this. Years and years ago I was very deficient in vitamin D, and it really did affect me and my mental health and my hormones and stuff, so getting up to a reasonable level has really made a difference for me. So this one's a really good one because you can just add it into whatever you're making, so I'll add this into my smoothie. It also tastes lemony and you can just put it straight on the tongue, it's fine. Oh, and it's leaking. So the other one I really want to shout about is flax seeds. Now, I don't really know the deep science of it. I'd like to have a look more into it, and I will. However, if I start adding this to my smoothies the week before I'm due on, I won't be late. I'll be spot on. I don't know why, but it just seems to regulate everything. I think it might be the omega-3 fatty acids. Women require more fat than men because of the way our hormones are, and we do tend to store more fat, and our body fat percentage should be slightly higher than men's anyway, so I think it's got something to do with the omega-3s. But yeah, I add these into, I try and have some flax seeds every day. It's just so good for you anyway. So there we go. Other things are managing your stress, which I know is really hard. People say, manage your stress. Yeah, thanks, that's helpful. But you really got to look into practicing mindfulness, exercising regularly. Yoga is really good. If you can't still the mind, you can do yoga, and that tends to help the mind, you know, stop thinking so much because you're concentrating on doing the poses. So let us make this smoothie. So if you haven't got a Vitamix, I definitely recommend getting one because they are just so brilliant. So what I will put into here is firstly a really manky banana. The blacker the better because they will be really, really sweet. I will never eat a banana like that. Ugh, disgusting. But in a smoothie it's fine. I like my bananas nearly green when I actually eat them as they are. So you only need one banana. What goes in it? There we go. Okay, and then we will put in our flax. So about a teaspoon of flax seeds. I'll also add some hemp, a teaspoon of that too. Then I will add about half a teaspoon of maca powder. A quarter of a teaspoon of ashwagandha. A level teaspoon of cacao powder, because what woman doesn't like chocolate? Well, I've not met one yet, but they might exist. I get a lot of men saying, oh, I don't like chocolate. I'm like, okay, it's fine. More for me. And then I add a little bit of peanut butter as well. I've adapted this recipe from one of my really good friends, Kim. She started giving me chocolate smoothies and I've been addicted ever since. Okay, and then a couple of drops of vitamin D. And then because I don't really have dairy and I don't like soy, I use oat milk. This is from Aldi's and it's 69p and it's absolutely brilliant. And just to make it that tiny bit creamier, adding ice cream cubes. I don't know why it makes it creamier, but it does. Oh, and I just add a little bit of sweetness with some dates. It's got good fibre in it as well, dates are good for you. There we go. Right, so I should pop the lid on. And blend it up. Perfect. So there we go, nice and balancing smoothie for your hormones. And any questions, just drop them in the description box. Comment box. And please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.